In case y'all haven't heard. Looks like I'm on my own tonight. Oh well. It's alright. I'll live through it. Hopefully we will too. Hopefully Robert will too. Get well soon, brother. Just in case. Huva Ilta Boris. Howdy, sir. Howdy. As I'm sure everybody already knows, I can't survive out here in this heat without some fan blowing on me or something. I'm going to turn that down so it doesn't put my cigar out as well. Jeez. Didn't realize it was blowing quite that hard when I first set it up. It's alright though. How's it going, Boris? Obviously, there will be no Robert this evening. He, 3 days ago, I believe, he put out a notice on YouTube saying it's not going to happen. I'm not doing it until after the summer. Can I get my volume just a little bit up? I'm not sure. I am not sure. This is a normal setup, so I don't know. I can mute this thing though. Temporary mute. That way nothing goes ding ding or no phone's gonna ring. Yeah, Robert was sounding, well, I think horrible is too light of a word for the way Robert was actually sounding. He sounded like he was ready to get in a fight with a 5-year-old, do his best, and still lose. Needless to say, I think he's having it a little bit rough over there wherever he's at. And, good Lord. How many times is this that Robert's been hit by the COVID bug? 3, 4? That cat can't win for losing. Well, at least he hasn't lost any life yet, so, I mean, there is that. But I thought he said he was vaccinated. Maybe I'm thinking somebody else. I'm not vaccinated. That's a different story. It's my own personal choice. I'm not about to get vaccinated. Still, that's my personal choice. I'm not preaching for it or against it. I don't care one way or the other. Y'all do what y'all think is right for you. Third time and the first time with bad symptoms. Yeah. That could be. Anyways, I feel bad for Robert. I mean, I feel bad for anybody who's sick right now. I want all of y'all to feel a lot better. It's either that or we were making him do too many music videos. That could be. He was doing a whole lot of music videos. And he's really good at it. In case y'all are wondering what I'm looking around doing, I'm cutting the tip off of a cigar with a knife. That is a knife. I know, because there was a certain dentist that sent it to me. I think he would know what a knife is. I'm not going to say his name, but I think most people that come in to here know who I'm talking about. Glenn would say it's not a knife. Oh yeah, Boris, he definitely makes some good fun videos. Him and Karen. Howdy, Steve. And Miss Kathy, if you happen to be there. If not, Steve, how'd you get away from the wife? I mean, that never happens. You know we love her too, so when you go tell her about that comment, don't make it sound bad. Put the knife away. I don't know. He might use that kind of a knife to cut gums or wisdom teeth. You locked her in the closet. Oh, God. Well, Steve, I'm going to tell you one thing. If you locked her in the closet, be careful when you go in to get your coat when it finally gets cold enough to need one. She's liable to come out of there pissed off at you. Something tells me she's the kind that would hold a grudge. It might just be easier to sell the house and make sure that the new owners let her out. Gums. G-U-M-S. I know what you were talking about though, Boris. No big deal. Have to remember, English as a second language is not always all that easy, especially when we don't have all the right the tissue around the teeth is gums. My gums are horrible. My teeth are good. It's my gums that are horrible. The soft fleshy part, like up here, gums. I don't know why they call it chewing gum and gums. They're nothing alike, I guess. Though I would say I've never chewed my gums. I'm supposed to tell you. So just so people will know right from the get-go, the brand is a Tatuaje. That is Tatuaje. And the specific cigar is the Tuxtla. Tuxtla. Well, Steve, you better be wearing a barrel in your full clown costume, because something tells me you're in for a whole new rodeo if that was true. And you better hope that's not where she hides the hidden guns, because then she'll come out shooting. I ain't never seen a bull shoot. I've seen some women shoot. One of those being my wife. You don't want her to shoot. Dangerous. Oh yeah, if you want to live, you want me to shoot you. If you're definitely wanting to die, you want her to shoot you. You see, I don't see as well as I need to be much more than point and shoot. You might still die, but you know, not because I'm trying to do much more than to get to somebody. Boris, Black Market is an interesting. Howdy, Matthew. Great to see you, sir. Black Market is an interesting cigar. I like to call it the non-thinking cigar. It's great for when you're trying to have a conversation, or let's say that you happen to go to a sporting event, or you happen to be at a location and you're watching something and you're really interested in whatever you're doing other than having a cigar, but you decide that you want to have a cigar, but you still really want to pay attention to what's going on, then Black Market's a good choice. It is, for me, it's a good cigar. Some people will be like, oh God, this is horrible. Some people will be like, yeah, you know, it's not bad. But I like to think of it more as the cigar that I would, it's the kind of cigar that I want to have when there's a lot of things that are going on, and it's more important to pay attention than it is to have the cigar. But because I want a cigar, I'm going to have one anyways. I mean, I could smoke the Black Market, and I'm happy that I do. But let's say that I'm having a Padron 80th anniversary. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm wanting to sit, maybe have a glass of bourbon, and just relax, and I don't want to have to talk to nobody. I don't want to have to pay attention to anything but me and the cigar. Because, you know, some cigars are so good that you really want to pay attention to what's going on with the cigar. You want to catch every note. But yeah, so would I recommend it for Boris? I would say it'd be an okay, like, as an regular average daily smoke if Cuban cigars are like 3 and 4 times as expensive. If it's roughly the same price as a Cuban, no, not a chance. Howdy, Mark. It is Mark, right? Welsh, aka Mark. I believe it's Mark. And yes, sir, my week's been going well. Robert, not so much. So, any of y'all got some prayer type things y'all want to send out for some people here in the YTPC? Y'all remember to keep Robert in your prayers. Third time having COVID. I think he did it just because I said something about possibly showing up there in the Carolinas and maybe hunting him down. Makes me really not want to hunt him down. We'll be heading to the powwow night after live tomorrow. Alright. We'll try to film some, but we'll probably wind up. Not a problem, Steve. Believe me, I understand completely. Okay, and pray for Matthew's mom. She is also not doing well, and she's in the hospital. Matthew, I hope you're doing all right with that. Don't let the stress get to you too much, brother. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that they let the stress get to them just too much. Boris, the digger's not going to be bad for you. Just remember, it's going to be pretty strong. That's right. Okay. Yes, bearded Welshman also. His family, and especially his son. Look, people, if y'all want to say y'all don't believe in prayer, you know, that's fine. I'm not telling you you have to. Some people just don't believe in it. It's okay. If it's not your cup of tea to pray, skip over that last 10 minutes or so and forget about it. It's fine. But sometimes that might be all you got, so just remember that if you decide that you're wanting to gripe about prayer. Some do believe, and some believe that it works a lot, so let them have their beliefs. There's plenty of people out there in this planet that don't believe everything I believe. And that's okay. I don't stop people from their beliefs. I tell them, come on with them. Have a pipe or a cigar. Relax. Have a good time. There it is. That's the best way to say it. Ah, look at there. They're going to pray for me, too. I don't know why anybody'd pray for me. I'm unprayerable. Boris, I agree with you. Won't hurt nobody. Not like you're asking for bad things. You're just asking, you're just trying to send it out there to the cosmos or to God or Buddha or 15 billion other possible whatevers. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, no harm done. Well, that's probably true. Prayers will not help me specifically. I'm too old and mean for it to matter much to me. That's okay, though. If y'all feel like y'all want to pray for me, you go right on ahead. I didn't ask you to, but y'all go right on ahead. Honor. Just honor it. It's who I am. It's how I'm going to be. I'm fine with it. Time to light a cigar. So I'm going to tell you. I get to the end of this cigar, I'll be ending the show. I'm not going to try to hang in here for extra hours and hours and hours. Robert feeling under the weather the way it is. He's not going to be on. I don't even know if I'm going to make my full 2 hours. It's hot out here today. I was asked just the other day if I'm going to still do a tailgate. To which I replied, yes, but only if it's Thursday. Welsh, that is very possible that I was smoking a Romeo y Julieta 1875 Reserve the other day. I do remember that. I remember doing it anyways. Pretty decent stick. Boris, now that's interesting. Quite honestly, I don't know. Hey, drop the band. Band on the run. But I didn't set it up to do something strange. I've kept all my old little settings exactly the same way as I always try to. What Boris is saying is that right here did not show up in chat, but it did show up here on the screen. One of the reasons I do that, put it here on the screen, is so I can read it. One of the other reasons I do that is because anybody who catches this on replay later, they can get all the full chat at any point as long as they're able to watch the video. Oh, well, that's nice that they gave you a credit. That's horrible that it showed up damaged. That's correct, Steve. And believe me, the way I see it, all those good well wishes and thoughts go out to the universe and come back as blessings. Okay, so I was right. This stuff over here, Boris is seeing, but in the chat portion, like if you're using a computer screen or a tablet of some sort, it might not be showing up. Oh, excuse me. Howdy, Jose Golf Piper. Great to see you, sir. Had a few sneezes the last couple of days. I'm not sure why, but I'm fairly certain it's just allergies. Oh. The Romeo and Julieta was too big to fit in their cigar pack. Well. That sucks. Not a problem, Boris. Be back when you get back. I'll still be here. I promise. Jose, I am smoking a Tatuaje Tuxtla. Tuxtla. It's a limited edition release with a San Andreas wrapper. It's decent. Got a nice draw. A little bit of pepper. What I have found is that there's one that's real short called the T110, and that one's really good. And then there's this longer one, which is a box pressed Perfecto shape, and it's really good. And then there's one in between, and the two I've tried to smoke, it was like trying to pull concrete through a soda straw. And mostly dry concrete at that. just had a horrible draw. Y'all can make your own decisions on that if you try. Yeah, Mark, see, that always frustrates me. If you're going to sell cigars and you're trying to say that it won't fit your pack, if they've ordered 6 cigars and you could fit 5 of them in that pack, send them 2 packs. 3 and 3. You probably already charged too damn much for shipping and handling. Oh, Boris, I didn't know it was your birthday. Happy birthday, brother. Belated, but happy birthday nonetheless. I won't go through the how old are you now portion. I don't figure it's anybody's business. Howdy, Horatio. Great to see you, sir. The other day, some guy walked in and asked me if I knew any place around where they could get Stokkebye's loose, roll your own tobacco. No, I don't. And the one place I do know that might carry it, he said he'd already checked there and they were out. So I send them to all the websites that I know about. Basically, best of luck, brother. Howdy, Patrick. Great to see you, sir. Oh, Steve, yeah, you got that right. They are always going to try and cut corners on their costs, but they are not going to let the customer see that 1 penny discount. Almost never. Maybe we should get Robert to sing happy birthday to Boris. Oh wait, never mind. He's not going to be doing much of any of that until the fall. Something tells me it would be hilarious, though. Get Karen to do the Marilyn Monroe happy birthday. Yeah, no. Not from my end. Sorry. Not happy. So Phil at Briar Report said he was staying off of Twitter for a full month. He's already passed that full month. He hasn't come back to Twitter. I guess he's cutting his ties with the Twitter engine. I liked it when he would find last minute things somewhere out there on, and he'd post it on Twitter, and I'd be able to say, "Oh, cool! I would love to look at that." Oh, all right. So Boris's birthday is on the 11th. So here in the Americas, we're still in time to wish Boris a happy birthday. All y'all chumps in Finland who forgot to tell Boris happy birthday today, well, you're late. That was yesterday for y'all. Oh, yeah. If Glenn didn't say happy birthday, someone remind him that he's late on saying that to Boris. And those in England might be late, but you're running out of time swiftly if you don't get it done. Ah, I've been smoking an Andalusian Bull. Hell yeah. Oh, very nice. Seattle Pipe Club. They got good stuff. Oh, Glenn did say happy birthday. All right. Well, good. Look at there. I'm being shadow banned for something that I didn't even do. For whatever reason, the YouTube is putting an iron claw grip on the chat today. Remember, if chat on your machine stops working, you can still watch it right here. Howdy, Paul the Piper. Paul, make sure to wish Boris a happy birthday. You're almost out of time. Okay, the Perdomo Habano Sun-Grown, that's pretty good. Macanudo Cru Royal, that's not too bad. Okay, Arturo Fuente Exquisitos Maduro. Yeah, those are pretty small. And My Father La Bijou Robusto. Alright, the La Bijou Robusto is a heck of a good cigar, though. If it was me looking at those, the Fuente Exquisito, I would save it for when I don't have really the time to smoke a full-size cigar. It's decent, but you're going to burn through it pretty quickly. And the La Bijou, I would save it for dead last, so I know how much better it was than all the rest of them. So yeah, whatever reason, don't be surprised if chat's not working correctly today. It seems like it is just not working for anybody correctly today. Cheers, Mark. Wait, what are we cheersing? Oh, was it because I drank some water? I'm just drinking the water because you get a little thirsty out here in the Houston area. Yeah, Patrick, as far as how good the La Bijou is, if I had to rate all of the My Father cigars as a full batch from best to worst, I would say La Bijou is easily their best cigar. The draw is always good. The flavors are consistent. And it's been years and years that they've been making that cigar. So if they were going to have issues, supply chain issues, and it was going to fall off in some way, shape, or form, then I think I would have already seen it by now. But no, it's always a solid smoke. Oh, Mark, this is a Tatuaje, Tuxtla. I'm not sure how you would say this, but Tuxtla here. So, Tuxtla. I'm not sure. All right, Horatio, you take care. Mark, I would say that this particular one, now there's 3 sizes as far as I know. There's the T110 or the T110, and it smokes just fine. This is a torpedo tipped. It's actually a box pressed Perfecto, and it smokes just fine. But there's one size in between, and for whatever reason, you're gonna implode your head trying to get a good draw out of it. It's with a San Andreas wrapper, so you're gonna get some pepper out of it. That'd be black pepper, and well, it's a decent Tatuaje. Here in Houston, it runs around $14 a stick. I'm not sure what it might be in other parts of the world. Yeah, Welsh, I like Tatuaje normally. Pretty much there's something to enjoy for just about everybody in the Tatuaje lineup. But every once in a while, they'll make a cigar that's just not right for you. For me, the Skinny Monsters, not right for me. Again, those are Lanceros, and I don't do Lanceros. Common problem for people that smoke with a wet palate. But the Chubby Monsters, which normally comes as a gift pack type thing, with several of them together. I really like those. The Kanju, I've always liked that. You could dig in on their website. You could find out. But very few of their cigars are horrible. For me, it comes down to a draw issue. That's the only time I've ever had an issue with Tatuaje. And, well, I already know about Lanceros. And I was a little bit shocked by the in-between size between the T110 and the box pressed one that I got, and I tried it twice. I thought maybe it was just one stick. No, that second one was, it was like trying to puff on a brick. It was just too tight. Could not get a good draw out of it. And then it's not just me as well. There, some other employees where I work had the same issue. So maybe it was just that one box. I don't want to believe that, though. I just got visited by a hummingbird. He floated down right here. I could have almost reached out and grabbed him. Yeah, Boris, that's part of the problem with Lanceros, is that there's so little filler that even a slight wrinkle in the bunch could cause it to just plug up. Whereas you get to, say, a Robusto 50 ring gauge, you don't have to go huge, but 50 ring gauge. Let's just say 50 ring gauge. There's a lot more filler in there, and small, barely noticeable wrinkle in a Robusto that might completely slam shut the draw on a Lancero. And look, nobody's perfect. I'm sure even the best cigars out there have had some draw issues from time to time. Patrick, isn't that last day of waiting just the worst? Mark, like I said, even the best roller could very easily, one tiny little wrinkle when you bunch a grouping of tobacco to make a cigar, something that you don't physically see, and then it keeps it from being able to have a good draw. How would you know? I mean, you're not going to cut the end off and puff on every last one of them. I'm not sure how you'd be able to check that while still at the factory. At least there's no legal way that I could think of. Okay, so in Cherokee, the word for hummingbirds is, I'm going to try it, Walela. It's either that or it's Wela. And if it was Ronald Reagan, it would be Wella. Oh, so for any of y'all who don't understand that reference, Ronald Reagan would be making a speech, and somebody would ask a question, And he would lean forward and go, well, and as he was, well, he would lean back. And you would see his arms come to full extension on the little podium. He would think about his answer for a second, which actually was somebody talking into his earpiece. And then he would lean forward into the camera, and knowing full well the exact way to make everybody believe that that guy is really talking to me, Ronald Reagan would then say what was being said into his earpiece. Firmly convinced of it. He was a master at it. Oh, well, all right, Patrick. I'm glad that your finances have finally come around that you could get one. I was never so enamored with everything that John said. Don't get me wrong, I listened to a lot of stuff that John said. I paid attention to a lot of the stuff that John said. But when John said about a certain blend, this stuff sucks. Happily, I didn't exactly listen to him because that particular blend I actually like. Comes in a glass jar with a lid that's really nice, and reminds me of a cocktail type drink that I actually like. Now, Boris, Rocky Patel used to have issues all the time. They straightened out most of that, though. Hopefully it wasn't with that number 6. I've never had a bad number 6. Though they are a little more peppery than the Cubans. So, Mark, if I'm telling you that a stick is peppery and that's why they're not for you, I would suggest skipping this particular stick, or any stick that says to be wrapped with a San Andreas wrapper. Because San Andreas tobacco tends to be I like it, but it tends to be a stout amount of black pepper. Well, now I'm going to wonder if the second in the series is going to be Dos. I mean, that would make sense. Uno, dos. I guess. They could have went with eins, zwei, drei. They're going to make 4. They could have gone all the way up to Fear. Got this ant crawling all over my stuff over here. It won't leave me a damn well enough alone. Oh well. I'm just a little afraid he's going to jump down in front of the fan and jump over on me. Then when y'all see me slapping the hell out of myself, don't worry, it's just an ant. Oh. Had a long day. Tried to fix a problem with an air conditioner. I don't know if I fixed it or not. Only time is going to tell me if it's fixed. I'll find out soon enough if I'm having to fix the same problem again next week. I think the condensate line is plugged. Happens. First attempt to fix it. So if it's fixed, great. If not, well, then I gotta go fix it again. I'll figure it out. Took a cat to the vet. My oldest one. He's 17, Siamese. Got a little bit of arthritis in the back hips and not doing the best of staying motivated. But he's still doing too well to put down, so we're not there yet. Well, Boris, that's good to know. But yes, but like I said, with a Lancero, you have so little binder and filler compared to other cigars that even the slightest, littlest, tiniest of wrinkles could cause it to be plugged. It might not even show up until it's fully bunched and wrapped, and there's no way for them to really know that that's happened. Howdy, Cedric. Great to see you, sir. Back to the earlier statement, though. Don't get me wrong. I like John Harden, a.k.a. Matches 860. I mean, I really only started watching him probably about 6 months before he passed, and I kept quiet. I never said anything on his channel because I would just listen in. Sometimes I'd be doing other things and just listening. And yeah, his passing was pretty bad for the whole community, I think. Well, Boris, are you happy that the cat's gone, or are you kind of sad that the cat's gone? That's the question. And Patrick, yes, I agree with you. Matches had a great presence on video. He took a lot of time to really master that craftsman. He didn't just He didn't do what I did, just turn it on and go hog wild, what the hell ever. I think he actually took some time and thought out his answers, a lot of them way ahead of time, man. And his stories, I mean, I don't know about how many of y'all have done this, but I can go back and turn on some of the old matches videos and close my eyes, and I can see what he's talking about. I mean, okay, some of it's because, well, I'm a little older than I look. I mean, granted, I'm not as old as... In fact, most of y'all who are here are older than I am. But I grew up, I saw a lot of stuff. And because of that, I got to see it in my mind's eye as well as listening to him describe it. All right, well, that's good information there, Mark. Oh, Boris, I'm sorry about that. Okay, so Patrick's agreeing with me. I mean, he took the time to describe things well. And because of that, at least I could close my eyes, I could literally see the street he was talking about. I can imagine what it was like to play that game or hide in that set of shrubs or chase those girls down at that mall or whatever. And he had a pace. It was an easy pace. Pleasant to listen to, soothing. And as y'all know, I'm the kind that I'll throw a wisecrack in there. And I didn't feel like his channel was the right venue for me to throw wisecracks around. I like to joke. I have a good time. That's why I'm always poking fun at Martin. Martin can handle it, but his show is... I mean, come on. Exclamation point donkey. He's begging you to troll him. Howdy, Mon Claude. Great to see you, sir. Boris, it is either the internet or YouTube is trolling on me or whatever. If it happens to be because of YouTube, hey YouTube, could y'all just cut it out? I mean, come on. It's just a group of people that hang out, smoke cigars and smoke pipes and discuss life. We're not hurting anybody, and I don't have enough people that are subbed to this channel or actually even tune in on a regular basis that you should ever be worried about my little channel anyways. Oh, Monclaude. I was talking about trolling Martin. mean, his whole Friday night show begs for it. But definitely, I didn't feel that Matches 860 was that kind of a show where I should be zipping in some one-liners and cracking jokes. Maybe I should have. But like I said, I didn't feel like it was wasn't the right venue for such things. Oh, Bob Claude, trust me, I've got nothing but respect for Martin. He uses sound bites of me saying some outlandish crap, and I sit back and laugh about it. I think it's hilarious. But that's why I tune into Martin's show all the time, is because I like having a good time, just hanging out. And if I had to do nothing but seriousness all the time, I don't think I would have 2 people watching this program inside of a month. One of them would be me, and the other one would probably be a bot from somewhere. Yeah, Mark, I'm not sure what was going on there, and I'm not even going to speculate on that. Patrick, you're right. Martin's show is fun, but that's why I tune in. It's fun. So 2 people worlds apart are having the same chat freezing problem, which tells me that either YouTube is about ready to push through an update. Yay. Or the app that I'm using is ready to push through an update. Also, yay. Sometimes I just want it to go back to the way it was. Oh yeah. And the show will go on. I have a good time. There's lots of videos out there that I watch. There's lots of shows that I miss. And for an example, I miss a lot of Chads because I am either at work when it comes on, and I don't get the messages from YouTube like I wish that I did. And then later that evening I'll turn it on, or the next morning I'll turn it on, and I'll see that there's a live that I missed, and I will turn it on, and I will put some headphones in, and I will be doing my stuff, and I will be listening in and enjoying the topics and conversation. I do that with quite a few people's, actually. Howdy, Jeff. Great to see you, sir. Steve, I am a big proponent for the phrase, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And sometimes I'm into that where if it's not so bad right now that I have to fix it, I'm going to leave it alone and see if it can't break itself so that I can fix it right. Oh, very nice. You're in Las Vegas. That sounds like fun. I've been to Las Vegas a few times. Remember, Jeff, while you're there, Raiders colors, brother. Raiders colors. You could also go with Golden Knights. That'd be black and gold. Just saying. And I believe Las Vegas has a university that is red and black. Of course, as hot as it is in Vegas, wearing black is a little bit of an issue. Yeah. And I agree with Boris. Don't gamble too much, Jeff. Oh, yeah. Believe me, on October 23rd, I'm going to get to see the inside of the Raiders Stadium from a TV while I'm at work. I fully expect there to be Houston Texans fans in my shop that day. And I fully expect them to hate the outcome of the game. Howdy, Smoke at KY. Great to see you, sir.
That's cute. Not cute. But there's a hinge there. Most of it's the fabric, a hinge, but most of that stuff's pretty nice.
Ooh, eye injury in hockey for a goalie. That's not good. That's not good at all.
I think Joel might be coming tomorrow.
Oh, due to injury. I thought maybe you had typed in I and it had changed it on you. No big deal. So due to injury. Well, any injury to athletes, always a bad thing. But Golden Knights had a decent goalie. And they didn't get to the finals in the Stanley Cup by having a piss poor goalie. I know he did way better than I could have done. Just saying. I don't know enough about hockey to do much other than appreciate a good fight and kind of enjoy watching the pucks gliding around on the ice. Oh, very nice, Jeff. So the prices are the same as those in Ohio. The prices all suck, but the experience is awesome. Now, last time I was in Vegas, it must have been 20 years ago. The only thing I wanted to do realistically in Vegas while I was there, and I did actually get it to happen, was the Hilton. And it wasn't on the Strip, but it had the Star Trek experience for their hotel. That's what their theme was for whatever reason. And they had a blue beer, and I had to go have a blue beer. It was okay. Ooh, $11 for a single can of chew. That's pretty stout. Back when I used to use either Skull or Copenhagen or whatever it was that I could get, I don't remember paying any more than $5 a can. That's been quite a while back. Of course, I can remember when a pack of Marlboros were like $1.25. Actually, I think I can remember back when they were just $1. Oh, very nice, Steve. Especially the Mexican casserole thing. Sounds like that's right up my alley. You're at the hotel called the D, but it's on the Strip? Don't believe I know exactly where that is. Of course, there's a lot of Las Vegas that I didn't feel like I really wanted to go see. Well, you'd have had to have been there back in like the 1800s for it to still be a desert. Oh, Jeff, I mean, I understand. I mean, if you're out, you're out. When it comes time to buy, you buy. But, yeah, that gouging of a price is substantial. Still better than you would have paid in California, though. Woo! Steve says he doesn't want to think about it, but he remembers when Marlboros were 25 cents a pack.
I didn't smoke then.
Steve, I'm going to have to go with... I don't believe that I was actually alive at that point in time. You might have me by a few years. Granted, I'm not trying to compete with anybody on age. Now, Jeff, is this the first time you visited Las Vegas, or have you been there before that? I could understand you feeling that, old Welsh. Steve says he's sure I wasn't alive back then.
Does he remember when they used to be 23 cents and you'd get them out of the cigarette machines and they'd tape 2 pennies to the pack if you put in a quarter?
There you go. Okay. My mother-in-law says she remembers when they were 23 cents a pack and they would tape 2 pennies to the box, because you'd put a quarter in the machine, you'd pull the handle, you'd get your one product, and your 2 cents were automatically taped to the box. That's how much you got back, because they were 23 cents a pack. That's right. So yeah, the change was taped to the pack. There's your 2 pennies. Here's your 2 cents back. They didn't try to cheat you. They could have, but they didn't even try. Well, Jeff, I will tell you, I have been to Las Vegas before. Once to work as an electrician. Company I was working for went to put a whole string of lights up the side of a certain pyramid-looking hotel. It's still there. And I didn't get to participate in installing the big light at the very top. And the job that we were doing was, well, my portion of it was over pretty quick. But so I wasn't there very long, but it was fun. That's right, the Luxor. Martin, I was not cheating my mother-in-law in Vegas. I was leaving her in Vegas. They made a movie about it. Leaving Las Vegas. I left her there. Go ahead, stay. All right, Patrick's on to smoking his Peterson 2020 Pipe of the Year with some Hogshead. Steve, that is very possible. She might be a little older than you. Maybe, I don't know. I ain't guaranteeing it. She's
48.
Born in 48. Of course, she probably was getting Michigan reservation prices.
I don't know, that's what they were at the college.
But that's what they were at the college. Well, Jeff, what you need to do is camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. And I hate to say this, but save that stuff for the spank bank. My wife just looked at me with this look of, what the hell did you just say? And I'm willing to bet that Martin will probably figure out a way to turn that into a sound bite. Probably by tomorrow.
He always
He almost always does. And it doesn't bother me any. I think it's hilarious. Steve says 49. Yeah, she's got you by a whisker. Martin, you probably would have tried to look at me the same way as Holly. But the whole thing is, it has no effect on me. I am impervious to the female death ray. Holly's been giving me that look for years, and I mean, come on. If you don't know that it doesn't work by now, there's something wrong with you. I've been getting looks like that from women my whole life. They ain't found a way to kill me with it yet. I guess I'm okay. Damn it. Yeah, Jeff, I can't help but warn people about that. Yeah. Those call girls know what they're doing. Get you to that point where you're sleepy and not paying attention, and then go get that money right out your wallet. They just turned your buddy into their own private ATM. They didn't take his cards. Ain't no reason to get in trouble with it. They know you got cash. Cash is hard to track. Boris, you're probably right. Barton will probably end up with the sound bite from the cast iron skillet one of these days. But Holly's pretty used to me saying some really, really off things, so it's whatever. Oh, yeah. Well, at least y'all tried to warn him, Jeff. I didn't have to be warned. I was there to do a job, and I was not there to go spending money on stuff that I could barely afford anyways. Just saying. And Steve, you're right. The kids now call baby boomers just boomers. Of course, they call anybody who might try to give them good advice a Karen. Granted, sometimes they're right, sometimes that person is a Karen, but that's a different story. Howdy, Chip. Great to see you, sir. Jose, I have not tried the C&D Sun Bear, mostly because I am not really all that fond of honey tasting tobacco. It doesn't hit my palate very well. If it's a secondary, tertiary, fourth, fifth note, I'm okay with it. Like the Sutliff Creme Brulee. You're going to get vanilla and kind of a baking spices and this little touch of honey. And as far as baking spices, I think if I remember correct, it was like nutmeg. But it doesn't come through as just a honey. It's third or fourth note that you would notice, and only if you're really, really trying to concentrate on the blend. But other than that, I'm not going after a honey blend, because the one that I did try, and it's been a while, but the one I did try, I would take a drag and spit. It was slightly off for me, and I mean, I'm okay with other people enjoying the hell out of it. I would never tell you what to enjoy or not to enjoy, but I know that the ones that are honey, just for me, is like no. I don't try to smoke a lot of infused cigars for the same reason. I would prefer to know what the tobacco actually tastes like than to have something sprayed on that fools my mind into thinking it's something else. Don't get me wrong, every once in a while I do go get an aromatic. I think the last one I enjoyed was Sutliff Rum and Maple. There wasn't so much maple that it was like autumn evening, but there wasn't so much rum that it was trying to fool my brain into thinking I was getting drunk. You know, the two paired well, and it was nice. But I'd still prefer just a regular English blend. I've had the McBaron's Vanilla Cream. I guess for aromatics, for me, if I'm really going after an aromatic, it's probably going to be a vanilla of something. Creme Brulee was vanilla-y. The Tatiana cigar that I used to smoke while I'd be up at Hooters watching the UFC events was a vanilla. So, simplified story there, just because it's an easy story to tell. Wife likes watching UFC, I like watching UFC, and we used to be able to go right up the road to Hooters and watch UFC events. And they used to allow smoking on the inside of their restaurant. We'd sit at the bar, and we would have a good meal and drink some beer, and I would smoke a couple of cigars, and she would smoke a bunch of cigarettes, and at the end of the night we would go home, and it was within $4 of what I would have spent just to rent it to watch it one time, and that's without the food. But the Hooters didn't much care for me smoking a real cigar. So I took a vanilla one in there because it doesn't smell so much like a cigar. And the waitresses said that it smells like somebody spray tanned. So there's no way that any of the girls are complaining about it, because most of them spray tan. So we'd go watch UFC, and I would smoke the Tatiana vanilla, and that was the only reason I was smoking those. And no, Cedric, I am not smoking the Groovy Blue. I still say they should use that for outhouse deodorizers. You could get sprayed by a skunk and smoke a Groovy Blue, and you would not be able to notice that you got sprayed by a skunk. That's just too much scent. Cigar Lounge, where I used to hang out all the time. You could tell within 3 minutes of somebody lighting a Groovy Blue, even if there were 25 other guys in there smoking cigars. And everybody would be able to tell. Not just one person, everybody. Who the hell's smoking a Groovy Blue? You could hear them telling it. It would almost ruin a good cigar if you were sitting right down next to a Padron. Great cigar. And somebody sits down right across from you and lights up a Groovy Blue. 3 minutes in, you can't taste your own cigar anymore. All you can taste is their cigar. Yeah. Stinkiest outhouse in the world has nothing on a Groovy Blue. Now, granted, it's sweet and it's not a horrible scent. But I don't have to smoke it to know what it's going to taste like. I've sat in a room with people that smoked one and knew I wasn't going to like it. Jose, that is Tatiana. Not Tatuaje, which I'm currently smoking, but Tatiana. And they come out of Miami Cigars. Not a problem, Welsh. You have a very blessed evening, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. And the next day, and many days after that. Oh, Boris, I just caught the bottom of your message, so I had to scroll back up. Yeah, there's women out there that really, really like the smell of pipe smoke, various different pipe smokes. And I could see that your significant other could be a little bit less than happy about them showing their appreciation for whatever pipe, cigar, or other scent that you happen to be wearing or using at the time. Oh yeah, Cedric, yeah. No, if I had to take home a Groovy Blue, it's staying in a bag all by itself that I'm only opening outside. I'm not even opening that bag inside the house. Talking too much. Let my cigar go out. Yeah, if you put a groovy blue in with all the rest of your other cigars, all your other cigars are going to end up tasting like a groovy blue. Well, Boris, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was one time hanging out with my wife and smoking a pipe, and there was luckily for me, she was an older lady, and she says, "Oh my God, that smells almost exactly the same as what my grandfather used to smoke. I just love the smell of that." And Holly was okay with that, but had it been a woman half her age that was coming up and saying, "Oh my God, I love the smell of that," my wife would be a little bit less than happy with that same reaction. But she wouldn't have said anything to me about it. She'd have just been like, "Oh, that's great. Move along." Well, Steve, yeah, that's awesome. But you know, they either did know or they didn't have any clue that they could have flirted with Cliff or you, and you'd still ended up saying like, "Hey, that's great. End of the night, I'm still going home to my wife." I'm fairly certain Cliff's the same way. I mean, it is just not worth that bowl of pipe tobacco to ruin a good relationship. Of course, if it was a bad relationship, what the hell. Yeah, I said that. Come on. If you're in a bad relationship, that's not my fault. See, Steve, that's exactly what I would have expected from you and Cliff. Yeah, thank you. And in other words, what were we talking about again? It's been warm out here today. It has been very warm out here today. Rained like crazy yesterday, so now it's humid. So what we got coming up tomorrow? I don't know if Matt's back on. I'm a little out of touch. Cane Rod probably will be on his regular time. Steve, oh yeah, I understood completely. Martin will be on for, what is it, season 3, episode number 2. Cedric, you didn't have to smoke autumn evening. I just mentioned it. Let's see. Steve and Miss Kathy are going to be trying to put together some videos from the powwow. Oh, episode number 1 officially will be tomorrow. Well, you can't log on without Derek, can you? And Martin, your show without a certain number of bugs is like a letter ripoff. Hey Martin, you could go live right after this. Anytime you're ready, brother. You won't be stepping on any of Martin of Robert's toes, because he's not going to be on for at least this week that I'm sure of. Next week probably not as well. He said not until fall, so that is what? September, October? He didn't give a specific on that. Hopefully he's doing well. Come on, Martin, you're going to give that kid a complex putting him down. He's still just a kid. You could try putting me down. You know, that ain't going to work. Now, Steve, that'll be interesting. Anybody want to take bets on whether Steve is going to be able to keep up with the rest of the Warriors? I'm going to say he's too hard-headed to quit. He'll keep up and dance a few of them into the ground. Well, Martin, you know, putting down, cutting down, ragging on somebody. You know, like we do to each other. Right, so Cane Rod is going to be on for sure. Matt should be back. Martin will definitely be back. Maybe Derek will be there. Oh, Martin, in case you're wondering what I was talking about by farm animals, brown cows and chickens. Listen to the way it sounds. Brown chicken, brown cow. Maybe it helps if I say it a little faster. Brown chicken, brown cow. Derek, if you're watching, you're on the Martin Let Her Rip Live show. You get picked on by proxy. Right, Robert did say he's not doing any more Thursdays until this fall. But I don't know exactly when... I don't know exactly when fall is. For various different people, it's various different times of the year. If I said I'm not going back on until fall, that means I'm not going back on until late November. We get 15 minutes of fall and 3 whole days of winter. Hey, you know what? I just got a notification that Yardism just went live. I think I'm going to go hang out with Chad. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been great fun having y'all here tonight. Thank y'all for showing up. Didn't know it was going to be a tailgate for real. But if Chad went live, that turns it into a tailgate. So you know the rules. We're out of here. Thank y'all for being here. It has been much fun. Glad y'all could be here. Do remember, take care of yourselves and each other. Do the best you can with that. And as always, remember, long lives, big bowls, and long ashes. I'll be seeing you at Chad's house here in just a minute. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.